Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
There, I can see you.
Hey,
Okay, I
there
can
we
see you.
go.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
All right.
So sorry about that delay. I was just running a bit behind on that other session.
It's okay. All right. I had a lot to do. I understand. So it's okay if it's gonna be later. No,
Oh,
it's all
okay.
right.
Well, thank you for understanding. Would you like me to be recording anything on my end, or are you
Uh,
a-okay?
I got it recorded,
Okay.
just in case. So, question one: How did you
Uh,
get your start as a voice actress?
how did I get my start as a voice actress?
Yeah.
So I had just graduated from college with a degree in music, and I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go on into graduate school. And so while I was kind of trying to figure that out, I had always had like a little bit of an interest in voiceover. It was just one of those things that I was like, well, I don't know how you get into that. But obviously there's somebody behind the scenes doing the voices. Um, so I did a little Googling and figured out like, oh, so like you just need like some equipment and a space to do it. And I looked for a coach who was, pretty reasonably priced and pretty patient with an absolute beginner and worked with them for a little bit just to kind of learn how to do some of the basics. And then I started looking for work, like in actual auditions and stuff. That
Awesome.
that a reasonable enough answer? I feel like I went a little long there.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, it's changed now with the whole voice acting. I mean,
hmm
like I've heard from other people. Some people get degrees. Some people don't need a degree for theater.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's very interesting how that's changed. I mean, I've seen like you have seen Joe Zala's commercials talking about the
hmm
voice acting training?
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. How that guy used to do cybersecurity, but then left that to do voice acting.
Right. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. Question two: Did you have any form of training?
I come from a musical background. So most of my training was in singing and in piano and that sort of stuff. Um, and so, like I said earlier, when I was looking into starting voice acting, my first thing I did was I looked for a coach. So I did find a beginner-friendly coach, and ever since then, I've signed up for classes here and there. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I've signed up for classes here and there, and I've done workshops and I've done one-on-one coaching. But I did not get a degree in theater or in voiceover or anything like that per se.
Awesome. Oh, it's good,
hmm
Everyone's,
Yeah,
it's important.
definitely. I've sought out education, but it was not what I came directly from.
Oh, that's fine. Question three: What was your voice acting experience like?
In terms of like what I've worked on or how do you mean?
What have you worked on, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah, so my first few jobs were in radio commercials, and I still work in radio. And then I've worked in audiobooks, I've worked in video games and educational content, commercials, animation, and dubbing, and audio dramas. I do a lot of audio drama work, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I know there are some actors that choose a genre and they decide that that is going to be their strong suit and they're going to master that genre. And I fall into the camp of I want to work in as many genres as I possibly can because I have a lot of fun with the variety.
Awesome. Question four: Do you have any stories about headaches or bad auditions?
Oh, uh, I have definitely submitted auditions where I just absolutely missed the instructions or misread the instructions or like missed the deadline. Granted, most of those were when I was first starting out. Um, but every now and then I'll misread something, and luckily the majority of casting directors are pretty generous, and they'll say, "Oh hey, like this is what we meant instead," or the deadline was already closed, and that's always a little bit embarrassing. Um, I'd say probably my biggest headache that I've done is just sending the completely wrong file to a client, where I actually when I was editing the file, I accidentally spliced another file with it. So they got like this overlay where like halfway through the recording of the script they had given me, I just swapped entirely to a different script. Like it was a separate recording that got attached to it. And they emailed me back going, "Hey, so this is really interesting. What is it?" And when I went back and listened to it, I was just so embarrassed and humiliated. And again, they were very gracious about it. But yeah, double check what you send to a client or to a casting director. Always.
Next, question five: do you have any roles that you're drawn to or really taking on?
I really love sarcastic characters and sassy characters. Uh, just there's something about those characters that they're always super fun for me to voice. And those kind of characterizations come very naturally to me. Um, and I do really, really love a psychotic villain because every now and then I get one of those, and it is so much fun. uh because they are so big and they're so bombastic, and it really is it's pretty joyful to get to act as one of those.
Hmm. Okay. Like you were voicing Uncle Koshi, and
Yes.
that was like I thought it was Donna and Bennett for a minute. You and her have similar voices.
Oh.
Like she's got her badass side. I'm gonna say the word badass because I have told a bunch of voices you're all badass. You know, I like that voice. How you were doing that serious type, and you did do a bit of sarcastic. She can be sarcastic, Koshi.
Yeah, she definitely Anko was fun, just because she would fluctuate between personalities so much.
Yeah, it's a very interesting how she plays. The whole thing. You good?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so question six: what was your most challenging role?
um there was a project where I voiced three different characters who all had to interact with each other, and they all had to be very distinct. So that was very challenging, especially since it's not like one was a villain, one was a sidekick, one was a hero. They were all protagonists and they were all like in the same age range. Um, they just all had very distinctive personalities. Uh, and that was really kind of the only distinguishing characteristic about them. So that was very challenging. And then I actually have a character who I'm currently voicing, um, and she's in an ongoing project for me, and she is very vocally taxing because she is very high energy. Everything is big, everything is loud. She's excited about everything, and it's really really fun. But oh my gosh, I definitely can tell like when I'm done recording her for a little while, like I need a break.
Question seven: do you have any advice for anyone who would like to try voice acting?
I would say absolutely go for it. Because I wish I had started in voice acting sooner. The only reason I didn't was just because the first time I actually mentioned it to somebody, they said, "Oh, well, you need all of this specialized stuff, all this specialized training, all of this specialized gear," which is true to an extent, but you can always learn it. And you don't have to have your dream booth, your dream microphone right off the bat. You can start with things that are affordable. You can find coaches who are affordable. You can find free education on YouTube. I mean, the school of YouTube is pretty great. Um, so definitely don't let anybody discourage you from trying it. It is a lot to learn. Uh, excuse me.
Oh,
It is a lot to learn. It is a learning curve, but it's definitely worth it. And it is definitely an approachable learning curve, and it's super rewarding. It's a job like anything else, but it is a lot of fun. And like I said, it's very rewarding.
let's see. Question eight: do you watch anime regularly? If so, do you have a favorite show?
Do I watch anime regularly?
Yeah. Do
Oh
you have
yeah,
a favorite show?
absolutely.
All right.
Currently my favorite is Frieren. right now. I love Frieren. And then probably my favorite series of all time are like Death Parade, Eureka 7, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, and anything by Studio Ghibli.
Mm.
How about you?
Oh yeah, I watched some good ones right now so far.
Uh,
7 doubles. Some of I got to, some of them not. You got to see "Sentenced to Be a Hero." That one is good with David Montreal.
oh,
That
yeah, yeah. I've seen the first episode of that. I haven't made it very far, but I've seen the first episode.
it's really good. So
Uh-huh.
episode 12 coming tomorrow, and that's a good one.
Okay.
Some good ones, really. I really like how he's playing the hero one, but it's a different
Uh-huh.
type of hero. Won't
Nice. I'll
spoil.
have to catch up on it.
Okay, let me see. Tune into the Midnight Heart's a good one too.
Which
Sub
one?
and
Sorry, you cut out just a minute. What was that?
Tune into the Midnight Heart is a good one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that one's with Rico Fargio, I believe, and a few others. Tia Ballard, Sarah Windef,
I love
Shut
Tia Ballard. She's such a good voice actress.
Abigail Blight, I think it was. Abigail's
Yeah, yeah.
basically Rico Farg plays his character, heroin guy. Well, kind of. He's looking to find someone from YouTube, I guess, Apollo, they called her, and used to do for a while, and he wants to hear her voice, of course.
Okay.
And these other girls out with their voice. It's a really interesting anime.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'll have to
And they
check that
did,
one out.
and there's a digital to download. You can buy on Amazon or on the K manga. So
Mm-hmm.
far, the first one has come out in a manga so far, but it's
Mm-hmm.
taking time.
Okay, cool.
Question 9. Is there any anime character past or present that you wish you could play?
I really, really loved the character Saber in the Fate series. I always thought she was a cool character, and she was definitely a character that I always wanted to try to voice. And she's definitely one of those characters that I was like, maybe I could try this. Maybe I could give this a shot.
Okay. Question 10. Who are some of your favorite people to work with?
Oh, so my favorite people to work with. I really enjoy working with Yinny Ann. She's a Miami-based voice actress. Anytime I've worked with Kira Buckland, that's always been a lot of fun. She is so cool. She is so immensely talented. Jason Lord is a fantastic director. Whenever I've had the chance to work with him, that's always been a pleasure because he is able to communicate very clearly what he wants for the character and then still allows room for the actor to kind of experiment and play with it. So it feels very fun and collaborative. Um, and then pretty much any of the directors at Graphic Audio are always a lot of fun to work with as well.
You haven't met any of the cast of My Dear for Nokotan by any chance?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
My Dear for Nokotan cast, have you met some of them yet? Or
I have met them over video calls. I have met Donald Guzzi. He's actually another he's a Georgia-based voice actor and director, and I've worked with him on multiple projects aside from my dear friend Nokotan. And I believe Josh and Shakira and I have all worked on previous projects as well. But Donald's the only one I've ever met in person. Everybody else has been through the magic of the internet.
anyways, I've interviewed Trina Duhart a little bit, and Real Writer, I've interviewed your big sister, and
Yes,
she told me
Rue is
about
so fun.
it.
Rue is so fun.
Yeah, I have to send you the video of that.
Oh, I can't wait.
I did. And I asked her Trina Duhart about you and her channel, and you're gonna love it. Hold on.
Oh
I
no, oh no.
I have it right here in the clip. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
I had because of her interview, you know. Been trying to
Yeah.
get you to tell things that a little frustrating, of course, but it's okay. Let me put it on. Hold on. It's on my
Okay.
phone here. Okay.
For 2,800. Listen, wish I could get a refund.
Wait a
Shoot.
second.
Ruth Thomas, the voice of so you're such an amazing singer, and I love you as Anko. Hope to voice act with you and be at a convention with you very soon. Thank you, Anko.
I hope so too. She is so cool, and she's another person who's very kind and generous to work with, and she does a lot. She has a lot more convention experience than I do, and so whenever I've had questions about conventions, she's definitely been very patient when I've asked her what I feel are very silly questions, but oh yeah, she's Trina's great. The whole cast is great, and I would like to meet more of them in person.
Oh, yeah. You were able to hear that, right?
One more time, sorry.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was able to hear that.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I know it cuts off sometimes, but it's okay. Just make sure. Okay. And what about Ruru? What'd you like to say to her if you ever met Ruru, your big sister?
Oh, I'd just love to give her a big hug, and I want to ask her about all of her chickens.
Okay. They're gonna keep them apart, Uncle her
Hmm.
and
Definitely a different kind of relationship, but still fun. Still fun.
okay. Question 11. Do you have any advice for people to prepare for auditions?
Any advice for people when they're preparing for auditions, correct?
Yeah.
I would say learn from my mistakes, read all the instructions, double check the deadline. But
Okay.
don't feel the need to rush through an audition. And don't worry about competing against other people. Your voice is what gives you power as a voice actor. And directors do want to hear your take. They want to hear your interpretation. Always, I mean, yes, respect the description that's given. You know, if you are looking at a character and it says, yes, they have a low voice, don't approach them with a chipmunk style high voice. But definitely take the time to kind of figure out where this character fits within you as a voice actor and have fun with exploring the voice. Have fun trying to figure it out because if you're just racing through auditions and not enjoying it, then you're robbing yourself of a lot of the reward that comes from voice acting. Does that make sense? All right.
Oh, that's good. Question 12. Do you have any advice for people to boost their name and start getting roles?
I would say do some workshops. Even if you are on a little bit of a budget and can't afford to go into workshops, audit some workshops. And there are a lot of exercise groups out there, like on Discord. Um, where you can join sort of acting gyms and everything and try and be social. You don't have to be everybody's best friend. That's not a reasonable request. But definitely when you are friendly, when you are kind, when you are professional, people remember that. And if you are able to maintain a positive working relationship, that'll open a lot of doors for you.
You have some weird questions to ask voice actor. I'm gonna skip a few.
Okay.
So, what's the most unusual thing you've been asked to voice?
The most unusual thing I've been asked to voice?
Yes.
Hmm. I'm trying to think. One of my favorite characters I've ever voiced was a very nervous magic wielding squirrel. And she was fantastic. I loved her. I absolutely loved voicing her. And then on the flip side, one of the strangest things I've ever voiced was a teddy bear who lost their child. This was from a horror story, but the teddy bear lost their child, and so the teddy bear decided to get revenge on behalf of the child. So those are probably two of the strangest things I've ever voiced, and I loved it. Loved every second of it.
Awesome. Cool. Let me ask. Have you ever received fan mail by anybody by any chance?
I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have.
No?
I no, like I've not physical fan mail. I have received emails and comments from fans who have enjoyed my work, and they're always very sweet.
Oh. Well, got you something for allowing me to do this interview. Thank you.
Oh,
I give you.
oh, look at her, it's Anko.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love her.
Okay, good, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You. And it's a real writer, but she couldn't accept right now. But she said she loved it when I gave her. I
I
do
am
have right.
so excited. Thank you very much.
But yeah, to still do this thing with him. I said thank you. Um,
Oh, look at her. Oh, that's so good.
when I got her, Pinocchio right here. You can see
Oh, those are so cute. That was such a fun show. And I will say, like, that was also, it's such a weird show, and I love it. Like, it is just so silly and so surreal and so ridiculous. And I love my dear friend Nokotan. It is an absolute fever dream.
everyone was like so top. It was really good watching the sub. It was really fantastic. That one. Hope there's more, but we'll get into
I
that
hope
soon.
so too. I hope so.
So I'm gonna skip a few more around here.
Okay.
So, question this one: how would you voice a character who has a permanent sneeze?
Has a permanent sneeze?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be they're basically like their sinuses are always a little irritated, probably a little inflamed. So, I would definitely like do more of the sniffles and kind of like there's always one like right in the always like right in the back of their throat and no, excuse me, it's just so I'm a little stuffy. Something kind of like that.
Next one is: how would you voice a character who has to speak through a mouthful of marshmallows?
If I did not have access to a bag of marshmallows, definitely there'd be like some imagining the feeling of like your cheeks expanding and sort of the weight and like you're having to talk around them. Except like marshmallows are really soft and fluffy, so you can kind of be a little malleable, but your mouth is definitely not great for talking at this point in time because you're trying not to let all the marshmallows out. So something probably like that.
Okay. Question: what's the most surprising thing you learned about yourself through voice acting?
I have learned that hmm, this is a good question. I have learned that I get very easily intimidated by working with actors I really admire or working on roles that I think are like really big or really that are really going to stretch me, but I get really excited for them. So it's like I have the jitters, like I have an adrenaline rush. But I'm like super excited to go for it. Like terrified. Like there's like a screaming hamster going off in my brain because I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's kind of like that imposter syndrome where you're like, I am not supposed to be in this project. They think they hired somebody else. Oh my gosh, look at these peers I'm gonna be working with, or look at this role. And it feels like every time I get that intimidated to do something like that, either with working with people that I highly respect, or working on a really big project, um, however intimidated I become, I am equally just as excited to try it and to work on it. So it's kind of like this equal sliding scale of intimidation, excitement, adrenaline.
Awesome. Well, not to feel intimidated. I mean, they're from our childhood. You're meeting the voice actors and stuff from our childhood. It may seem like, but I think they'll get over it eventually.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's when I booked a role with a studio that I had always wanted to work with when I booked a role with Square Enix a while back. And like before coming into my booth, like I thought I was having like full on like heart palpitations. I was like, I can't go in there. I can't go in there. What is going on? And then I got in here and I was just buzzing, so excited, like, all right, well, I'm here. I might as well like do my best at it. And like, of course, the director comes on and again, the acting comes into play because the entire time I was like, "Oh yes, yeah, I can absolutely do that." I fooled myself into thinking that I was like really confident about it, and the job went great. But like I said, the screaming hamster was just going off in my brain, going, "What the heck am I doing here?" And it was so fun.
Question: if you could use one sound effect for the rest of your crew, what would it be?
Ooh. Like a sound effect to apply to my voice or just like any sort of sound effect?
Any sort of sound effect.
I love a good record scratch. I love
Okay.
the sound of a record scratch. I feel like it's applicable in so many moments. Um, I would absolutely be a menace if I could just like insert a record scratch into any part of my day.
Okay. That's good. I asked her about that one. She said it was like the boom effect.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good. That one would be good too. I feel like there's no wrong answer for that one just because sound effects are fun.
Okay, so this one's: have you ever accidentally used a voice input that wasn't meant for the situation?
In public?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that
Oh,
was.
oh yeah. Yeah, my voice has gone into I tragically my friends now know, let me rephrase this. Have you ever heard the meme of Toad singing like the Mario character Toad singing My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic?
No, I've never heard of that.
My friends know I can do that voice.
Oh,
Because I've accidentally done it like when I've been really excited with my friends. And so every now and then they have asked me to use that voice, or if that meme has come up in a social situation, they'll go, "Oh, it's Sarah. Sarah got excited again." So yeah, I have definitely there have been voices that I've just swapped into because I was excited, because I was nervous, because who knows, because I'm a voice actor and we are all certifiable wonderful weirdos.
oh, not weird. You guys are awesome.
I said certifiably wonderful, but yeah, yeah, it's there have been plenty of voices I've swapped into.
Okay, so so fantasy question. I wrote these on my own.
Okay.
If you, Uncle Koshi, had the Jedi Force, what would you do? The light side and then the dark side.
As Anko Koshi,
Yeah, you were Uncle Koshi. Think about it. The Force is strong with you.
you know, I would love to say the light side, but as Anko Koshi, let's be honest, I'm going dark side.
Okay.
I am using these powers for my own means, and I have no shame about it.
Okay. That's fine. What would she do with it if she had it? What would you say if she had it?
Oh, well, first of all, I'd be going after that deer. Nokotan is getting out of the way because she's just an interference, I feel like. I feel like she would get rid of anybody who bothered her or kept her from her sister. I think the only people who would be safe from Anko's Sith wrath would be my sister and Bashime. I think those are the only two who would ever be safe. And even
Okay.
then, safe is relative.
I asked her about that one. She said, "Yo, we got to get her away from the Jedi Force. She
Yes.
probably used that. Your sister would use that for something bad."
Oh, she knows. She knows.
Okay. So this one's: if you had three wishes, what would it be?
Oh gosh. Question. Are these wishes coming from like your classic mythology type genie?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I would probably ask, um, golly.
Okay,
Uh
take it.
yeah, I would ask uh for the erasure of like all corruption, most likely. Like that's from an altruistic standpoint. I would ask for the erasure of corruption as a whole because I feel like that's where a lot of things go very, very wrong in everyday life, from, the small things to the big things that impact our entire world. Um, I would probably ask for the power to teleport so that
Wow.
I could just like teleport anywhere. And like if I was touching somebody, they could teleport with me safely. And then if we are adhering to like classic genie rules, I would then ask for the genie to go back into the bottle because an unleashed djinn is absolutely terrifying. Because I love mythology and that's why I run a mythology podcast.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. Story sirens, legends, myths, and laughs. And we're working on our genie episode right now. And let me tell you, they are terrifying. They are very, very terrifying.
Okay, okay. I did not know that.
Hmm.
What's your second? What's your third wish? Or was that the third
The
wish?
third wish would be asking the genie to go back into the bottle. But if I did not have to worry about unleashing an all-powerful djinn onto an unsuspecting world, I would probably ask that uh there was no such thing as an unhealthy food as like my third wish.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's no such thing. So no corruption. I want the power to teleport and all food. Like, and I don't want that healthiness to like affect the taste. Like I want chocolate to still taste like chocolate. I want fried chicken to still taste like fried chicken. Um yeah. Those are my three wishes.
Okay. You have something in common with the two wish rule writer. I asked her
Uh-huh.
about that.
Yeah, what were
That
hers?
the second one was choose the teleport course. That she used the teleport with her character.
Oh yeah.
I believe so. With Shikanoko.
Uh-huh.
And the third one was I to eat any food I want, you know? Those are
Yes,
best.
exactly. Listen, it's
What you told me. Because I want to
yeah.
get, wait, I have to send you that to
Please
me.
do.
And before, if I may speak up, I want to thank you for allowing me to do this because what's going on, it's kind of pretty crazy, and we need to spread some positivity during these videos.
Of
You know what I mean?
course, yeah.
And I was telling Dorothy fan, you've heard of Dorothy fan by any chance?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Long time. And I managed to finally interview after all this time.
Uh-huh.
Really good. You meet her. Tell me that back in the they didn't have anime back then in the day. Till the
Uh-huh.
late 90s they started, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And tell them we have to spread some positivity. It's really hard right now. I'm just, going on with the war in Iran is one thing, and then.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I do appreciate you and your patience because I know we had to reschedule our interview. So I really do appreciate your patience with that too.
No, I appreciate it. It's okay, you take your time, And I respect what you guys do. You
Thank
guys
you.
work so hard, and other people don't understand that.
It is I very much enjoy what I do. I feel very blessed to do what I do. Because I do know that there are I do believe that this is a very uh blessed job on its own. Because I'm not having to run into a burning building. I'm not having to face off with somebody who's dangerous. I get to record things that are educational or inspiring or amusing or entertaining. Um, and I really, really do enjoy the opportunity to get to do all of that. And I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
It just helps, doing these videos. The first time I met someone, another YouTuber, and he's done a lot of voice acting interviews, it just gave me the confidence I need to do this now. I chose Trina to do her first, and she's very nice.
Trina is lovely. Like the whole cast is really, really nice. Like I said, I've only met Donald in person and everybody else has just been online. But I really hope I get to meet everybody.
Oh, yeah. I still have more to say, and I promise I won't take too much of your time.
You are just fine.
Okay, I can tell. And before I forget, I'm supposed to say that the voice actors, have to make the fans laugh and cry again. That's what I tell you. And you're not supposed to apologize. It just
Mhm.
happened. That's what you're doing. That's what I tell them. Ryder, Trina, Dorothy. That's what I tell them. If the tears start coming, let it happen. So, yeah.
Just accept it.
Uh-huh. So if you or Uncle Koshi had any superpower, what could it be?
Oh, well, for Uncle Koshi, I think that she would want X-ray vision because
X-ray.
she's Anko's a menace to society, specifically Koshitan. And if I could have any superpower, I would either want kind of like my wish earlier with the whole genie situation. I would love the ability to teleport, or I would love the ability to like shapeshift into different animals and stuff because like the idea of like flying like a bird or running like a cheetah or like doing a deep dive like a whale or something like that's so incredible to me. I would love to do that.
Awesome. Not like a time like repeat like skip like time freezing time. You know.
That would be cool. That would be cool, especially like, if that frozen time doesn't affect you. But I definitely think I would lean into more of the shape shifting aspect.
That's real right about that one. She should love how the freeze time. You know, to
Yeah,
stop
that would be very cool.
to stop Shikanoko from she's got the answers and you know how she breaks things easily.
Yeah, that's true. That she is a walking disaster. And that's why I'm thinking that Anko, from the perspective of Anko, she would most likely want X-ray vision, I think.
Awesome. This one is question here. Please, 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 will there ever be a second season of My Dear Friend Nokotan?
I hope so. We have not heard anything from the rights holders. But I really want another season just because I think it's pure chaos. I think it's pure fun. Um, and I think people would be ready for more of that pure fun and pure chaos with Nokotan and Koshitan and everybody else in the group.
If you or Uncle Koshi had Sailor Moon powers, what would you use them for?
Oh, well, I would use them for good. I would definitely use them for good. Anko would use them for her own gain, because let's face it, she's not an evil character. She's not a bad person, but she definitely is self-motivated.
Okay. Let's skip this one. Oh, well. Could you tell me the difference between a voice interview and a convention?
So a voice interview would be a lot more like what we're doing right here. Just a one-on-one, whereas a convention is often hosted by a third party, usually at a large gathering place. And you get to meet a whole lot of people all at once. And there's an opportunity for you to connect with lots of people, and reach out to lots of people and host panels, whereas a voice interview gets to be more direct and more one-on-one and more focused.
What is awkward when you have to say those lines in My Dear Friend Nokotan?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm cracking up all the time, or like my face is turning bright red because I'm like, this line is absurd. What am I saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of laughing to get the awkwardness out. Or just laughing because the situation is absurd.
Awesome. Wait, question there. What would you like to be when the voice acting to me? What would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, I would love my legacy to be um that I was helpful and knowledgeable, um and that uh I was good at helping other actors find opportunities. That's why on my social media, on my formerly Twitter, now X profile, it's why I try to repost as many casting calls as I can. And I try to repost whenever there are workshops and acting workshops, just because this is a great industry. And whether you're approaching it as a hobbyist or uh, wanting to make a career out of it, there are so many resources, but sometimes it's just hard finding where those resources are. So that's why I try to share them as frequently as possible.
Okay. Where does your inspiration come from?
I come from a long line of very interesting people, and I can't let that lineage down.
That's it.
My dad was my dad loved movies and was always very encouraging of all of my shenanigans and play acting and creativity. My mom, same thing, loved movies. Uh, liked sharing really good TV shows with me, was always very encouraging. My dad would like read to me at night, so that's why like I really loved books, and that's why I've gotten into audiobooks, so that I can share those. And then my grandmothers on both sides were very inspiring women who, made it through really hard times and built a life for themselves and their families. And, my parents took the lineage from their mothers and did the same thing. And I would like to take the best that I learned from my parents and turn it into a life for myself and my husband and our future family.
Awesome. Now I'm going to ask you about the questions remember from episode 2?
I
When
do
you
not remember. I do not remember.
I did that with Trina, Ashika, and also Rue Ryder.
Okay.
So, question: what does Koshi do every night before bed?
She write in her journal and cry?
No, it wasn't that one.
No, what was it? What was it?
She talks to the stuffed animals and gives them a kiss before bed.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Okay, okay. You were serious on that one, I remember.
But no,
Okay.
I love the reminder. Thank you.
He was all freaking out about that one. Stop
Yeah,
this quick.
yeah, I could not because I remember in the anime Koshitan freaking out because Anko knows all of it. But tragically my memory is not as sharp as Anko's.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I put the question out so everyone to remember that one. Awesome part. Is Miss Koshitan wearing a bra?
Yes. What?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the question that they were asking too.
Okay. Okay.
And then like she says she is wearing a bra. So you all saw that. And let's say it's Schrodinger's bra,
Ah!
which is like okay. And this one is and you remember that Shikanoko got this wrong, of course. And the teacher
Okay.
asked. And he got that one right. Miss Koshi has dated how many boys or girls in total?
Oh, I really don't remember. I can't even get. Oh, wait, no. She hasn't dated anybody.
That's correct.
Yeah,
The
she hasn't
date
dated anybody.
right. Answer being zero because she thought the boys or girls in total would be the reason. All the children she got her thinking none of the boys or girls would take the relationship to the next level. That her love would be her soulmate, of course.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking I didn't remember, and then at the last minute I was like, wait a minute, trick question.
Okay, it's okay. I'm here. So, what is Miss Koshi's childhood secret?
Is it that like she writes poetry or something?
No, no.
No, what
Says
is
she
it?
had until 10. I was not only put in the anime part, but maybe it's different in the manga. Well, okay. All right. So, question: what is Coach Sean's guilty pleasure?
Singing? Nope. Okay, what was it?
Watching anime?
There we go. Yep. Yep.
Okay. It's virus. What's Miss Coach Sean's favorite food?
Uh, uh, I don't remember. What is it?
Okay, egg on a rice.
I got our, ooh, yeah.
So, this one is a different one. Now, this is a different question here. How many news did you think Coach Sean had to say in episode 2?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
How many news do you think Trina did in episode 2? Remember, you were throwing the
Yeah, yeah,
nine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it, did
How
she
many
do
is
like
it?
12? Like where she makes the noise, new? Like that?
Yeah, like that.
Did she do like 12?
Almost there.
Okay, how many did she do?
Well,
15?
let's almost a little bit more than that.
22.
Two more down.
Oh, 20?
Well, let me ask her. I got it
Okay.
right. So, I remember. You want to hear that one, or
I couldn't hear that one very well. It kind of cut out.
it's okay? I mean, so 20 times.
Okay, 20 times. Because I remember like that was like she had to say that a lot.
Uh-huh. Interesting, that one. Oh, this is probably 20 times. Wow. And people must have thought it was a lot more.
Well, we think about the opening song where she says it a lot too.
Okay. So, here. What would you be doing instead if you weren't voice acting?
That's a great question. I would probably be trying to open a coffee shop bookshop hybrid with a possible bakery attachment.
Oh,
I think that would be a lot of fun.
all right.
Or running a
Uh,
bed and breakfast. That also sounds really fun.
oh, okay. Have you ever done any manga dubs by any chance?
I have done a couple of manga dubs. And those are kind of fun to try out. And the
Mhm.
stories are always kind of wacky there.
Okay. I love those manga. When those came out, like when we were dealing with the COVID, it was really hard on everyone, you know. And I
It
was
was
telling
very
Ruth,
hard. Yeah.
yeah, and we all needed some positive, and that's what I liked about the manga that's coming. Hearing people's
Yeah.
voices, watching the video, really good stuff.
Yeah, it was good entertainment. It was fun. And it gave people something to enjoy during a really hard period.
Yeah. So, what's it like voicing manga dubs? And then, what's the difference between the two?
Well, for one thing, voicing manga dubs versus like dubbing an anime, you don't have to worry about like any lip flaps. You don't have to worry about timing. You just have your line and you say it as you want. You don't have any constraints. Um, and that's the biggest difference. Like that's the most striking difference between the two.
Mhm. Okay. Let's skip this one. All right. Have you ever seen the Big Bang Theory with James Earl Jones by any chance?
Yes, yes.
Okay. How'd you like it, that one, if you don't mind me asking?
I love it. I loved that show, and that episode always made me giggle.
Awesome, cool. Just 1 second, please. Okay. I showed it to Dorothy. She knows about that, so I like to.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that one scene from that episode because it's
Yes.
fun.
There's a- I love this one. Sit down. I love that episode. It's so good. Uh, oh, there we go. Yeah.
It's okay.
The giant teddy bear kills me. And they just keep going. I love it. Ah, both of them rest in peace. Oh, I've lost sight of it. It's just the background now. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, yeah, they go to the sauna. Sheldon's just losing it.
How, how'd you like that one?
I love that episode.
Yeah, I like to show that episode in my videos. Proof one that if Sheldon couldn't go to convention, why not just bring the convention to me? So that's what I did.
Exactly.
There, that's right.
I love that.
Yeah. I showed it to Trina. She told me she loves it. Rewriter loved it. Dorothy fan knows about that one. Loves that one too. I would like to show that. We'll make people laugh. But I'm making you laugh because this is something new. I'm trying. You don't mind.
Not at all.
Okay. Um. Let me see. Have you seen the one with David Montrengo by any chance?
I don't remember.
He meets the 4-year-old with the red birthmark.
I don't remember that one.
No. I played it for Dorothy, and then she likes. So, oh my God, that's beautiful. And then she cried a tear. Did not
Oh,
expect her. I'm gonna show you this one too right now.
okay.
Uh, just a second. It's a nice story. Show the rewriter. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I do remember hearing about this. Yeah. And yeah, she loves it from My Hero.
Born with a congenital mole. Help the resemblance. One this size is really like one in a million almost, like, and especially with it being on her face, so they're pretty rare. It's why they always wanted to make sure she grew up appreciating what makes her unique. Yes, me. It matches you. This video went viral on TikTok. Winry lighting up with excitement when her mom finally found a Shoto plushie at their local store. It's pretty crazy that more like 10 times the people of your town have seen it. More than that, it's insane. The video grabbed the attention of GalaxyCon, and as luck would have it, the English-speaking voice of Shoto, David Matranga, was in Raleigh. Winry taking her first ever flight along with her whole family from Missouri to RDU, all for this moment. He's like,
Oh,
so cute. Oh my god. For
oh, the
Winry
little wig.
and for David, a moment as an actor he never expected. You're doing it kind of in a vacuum. You don't know how it's being received always. You don't know as
Yeah.
you what the impact will be. And so when you have something as direct as this where there was an impact that way, it's really, really special. And just like in the show where Shoto's friends make him realize being a hero isn't based on how you look, for Winry, a real-life anime plot twist of her own, getting to fast forward right to the best part. She's so adorable and so cute. It was an amazing connection. What did you think about meeting David? Good. Good. For JBC 11, Eyewitness News.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so sweet. That is such a good story.
That's the way I prefer. I was telling Dorothy on Wednesday. That's the way it needs to be more positive.
Mm-hmm.
With the anime we've enjoyed so far, people have been using it like in a negative. You know what I mean?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, you cut out for a moment.
Oh, the positive. We need like a way. That's the way it needs to be in a positive. Anime.
Yeah, yeah, a positive impact. Absolutely.
Yeah. The problem is people have been using it in a negative. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like how people, they need to keep their politics away from anime.
Well, and let people enjoy wholesome characters and good storylines. And a lot of these storylines are stories about hope or overcoming adversity, and that's all stuff that can inspire people. And if you're a kid who enjoys that, if you're a teen, if you're an adult, like there's still so much to enjoy and be inspired by from it.
Let me just one more second.
Okay.
I'm gonna read you this story here. This one on Taku, so I hope you can hear me loud and clear on this one. So, a Syrian woman says anime helps her country through hard times. Anime can help people around the world through hardships. A Syrian woman identified simply as Suzanne told the Japanese paper, the Ashi Shimba, about how much anime has meant to her and other Syrians. Suzanne, originally from Upolu, said that during the darker moments while surviving the Syrian Civil War, she would find courage from a line in Slamberg, "When you give up, that's when the game's over." Her home was destroyed by bombs during the war and she had to flee to different places. No one was safe, she said, but she kept thinking about the slam dunk line. "When I felt like giving up, I told myself to keep trying. Try again." Anime has been available in the Middle East for decades, and Suzanne, who is in her 30s, grew up with it. What is interesting about Japanese anime is that it tells us the world that it's just not filled with good things and good people, but also with bad things and bad people, she remarked to the Ashi Shimba. On top of that, I like that anime depicts people who are trying their best to make the future a better place. He is currently living in Japan and taking part in a doctoral program. After major earthquakes hit Syria in 2023, she says that Attack on Titan has been helpful for her fellow Syrians. Many people seem to be comparing the earthquakes to the giants and trying to stay strong. She commented. She described a person who remarked to her, "I've been waiting for something like this. It helps me forget my fear of the earthquakes for a moment." She wants people to know that anime can be more than a simple entertainment for many people, including herself. Sarah has been saved by Japanese anime many times. Did you hear that? Or
Yeah, no, I got all that. That was very sweet, and
Mhm.
I hope that they're doing well.
Yeah, Syrians, they're free from dictatorship. All they just need is more help, and I hope the anime reaches over there.
Yeah.
Over in Syria,
Yeah,
they need it over there.
exactly.
Ever seen you seen a Silent Voice, the movie?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
You watch both with the sub and the dub one?
I only ever saw the subbed one.
The dub one you have to check because they did a fantastic job. And in
I'll
that
have to
one,
I'll have to check it
Shoko
out.
Shoko basically is played by the voice actress. She's deaf like her character as Shoko.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. They did a good job. So I want to read you
Yeah.
the story of that one.
Okay.
Lexi Martin says the cyborg was a healing for her.
Mhm.
It's a good
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah.
As part of AX Nights, no, listen. Okay. All right. As part of AX Nights, A Silent Voice is returning to theaters on October 12th. I both dubbed and subbed. Lexi Martin Cowden, a professional actress who plays Shoko in English, is deaf like her character. She spoke to Otaku USA about her connection with Shoko, how playing the character was healing for her, and what she's up to now. How did you get the job of playing Shoko, a silent voice? I've been acting ever since I was a kid. When my agent subbed me for this voiceover of Shoko, I was excited to jump on board. Just auditioning for the role was so much fun. It was definitely an uncharted territory for me. Luckily, my husband, who's also an actor, has been in the voiceover industry for years. He guided me every step of the way. I developed a newfound appreciation for that field of work and for voiceover actors. It seems so simple, but it's a a lot of work, and creates a huge impact on every project. How did you approach playing Shoko? Did you done voice work before? I had never done voiceover work before, so this was a new challenge. I struggled hearing the beeps in the ensemble and had to be cued as when to say the lines. The directors were incredible. They have such a love and respect for anime, and I want to make them proud. I found myself wanting to make sure that I did Shoko just because she deserved to finally have her voice heard in the way it was meant to be heard. You said that playing Shoko was a healing for you. How so? Growing up, I was severely bullied and made fun of. I found myself identifying with Shoko, her pauses, her hesitation, her despair, her anger, and her exhaustion. It brought up all these memories and feelings, and I kept following up for years from being picked on to being that little sample, and it was just me and the directors and my husband Shoko on the screen. I felt I could finally let it all out and just channel it through her character. I will always treasure Shoko for helping me heal. Are you an anime fan personally? Do you have any favorite titles? A Silent Voice, of course. I've always loved going to the conventions and being a part of the comic and anime world. After A Silent Voice, I've developed a complete respect for the work of anime and its beautiful storytelling culture. Where can people find out more about you and your work? I am working on a few projects and just got back into directing again. No matter what future project I'll be working on, I will always carry Shoko with me, and I'm thankful for her showing me that there is beauty in healing.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
Yeah,
So
very
great for the audience and also great for the actress.
yeah. You mean, very interesting how they did that one. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna kiss, to be honest. Looked like he was really in love with her. So,
They are very sparing with that in anime.
yeah. They're like when I remember from episode 12 when there was the Shikanoko was fighting. Trying to remember the mascots
Mhm.
in that one in the last scene. Like big sister Koshin gets all flustered, and I
Mhm.
thought they were gonna kiss each other. Like that. I mean, some people were gonna kiss each other, and then her antlers got in her face and stuff at the end.
Right.
It was an interesting one. And then throwing all the antlers down everyone's falling off everywhere in episode 12. Yeah.
It's all insanity in episode 12. It's insanity in the whole thing, but in episode 12 especially.
Yeah. Um, but you how about this? About the Bully McGuire song? Did you know when she does the dance, Koshi?
Mhm.
You know that was based a reference to the Bully McGuire?
Yes. Yes, I did know about that.
Okay. Who told you that one?
I actually think one of our directors told us about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I think if it wasn't one of our directors, it was like one of the fun facts that popped up when I was like looking for more information about the show.
Okay. Because I asked Rue Ryder, and she said she got that from her friend Megan Ulrich, who plays Neko Neko Yamada. And
Yes,
that one, she
yes.
did the Bully McGuire song. And
Uh-huh.
she didn't know what it is until afterwards. And there was like no script for that. She had to like see the sub,
Uh-huh.
from it
Yeah.
in that one. And that was a very interesting anime to watch. Hmm. Hold give me 1 second. Sorry. Ah, here it is.
Here comes the former delinquent koshi time. Here when someone whoa, 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 whoa.
I just love the deer just staring at her.
Magic carelessly, you'll end up getting eaten. So it's the sorrowful melody that can't be ignored. Will wipe away your tears. Listen, listen. I don't like to attract attention, folks. 3 minutes? For me, 3 seconds are enough. I'm a former delinquent, so don't underestimate me. And now, this is going to mess up your face. Tiger's claws aren't soft. You can call me whenever you want.
Absolutely absurd. I love it.
Zoom, 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 cha, cha, zoom, 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 cha, cha. Here comes the former delinquent Kushita. Oh, I can't let you hear any more of it. Normal form.
Oh, that's great.
That's a good one, right? Sorry. So, question: what's the most challenging project you worked on, and what was the most ridiculous part of it?
Probably one of the most challenging projects I've worked on. Honestly, uh, and this whole project is ridiculous. I voice Principal Lynn in the game Class of '09, which is a really, really a fun, insane game that takes all of that uh 20 aughts humor and what it was like going to public school at that time period. And it is very challenging because the creator of it has a very exact vision. And I really want to be able to uh, meet that vision. And it is always a little bit of a challenge because, like I said, it's very precise and the humor is very precise and it needs to be delivered just right. So we do a lot of takes and we do a lot of different vocal affectations. And whenever I think, man, it sounds like we're doing a lot of takes, whenever I see the finished product, I'm like, oh no, that's why, because all of this is hysterical and, we got exactly what he was going for. Um, and so that's always a very challenging project when I work on it, but it's very rewarding and it's just ridiculous because the whole script is ridiculous. It is more of that absurdist humor. But unlike my friend Nokotan, this is absurdist humor dealing with, the North American public school system, which most of us are familiar with, and so we can identify with the ridiculousness of it all.
Okay. Question was: what is your process of preparing for a role, and do you have any funny rituals you do before a big recording session?
What was that first part?
So, what's your process for preparing for a role, and do you have any funny rituals you do before a big recording session?
I always try to read through the script. I always try to mark like what are the lines that are going to have like the biggest emotional impact or hit. And then before I go in for a session, I do wall sits. Just because, it feels like you don't get to move a lot in the booth. And with wall sits, I always notice it like engages my core a whole lot, and I always feel like that kind of fires me up from the inside. And so like that's kind of a routine I always do before I record is I'll sit and do like a wall sit for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or I'll do sets of them just to like hype myself up for a role.
Mm, okay.
It's only weird
What?
if it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. What is one thing about being a voice actor that most people don't realize or wouldn't expect?
It is very isolated, especially as a remote voice actor. Because a lot of times you'll have your project, you'll deliver your lines, you'll get like a brief amount of feedback of, uh, excuse me, you'll get a
Okay.
brief amount of feedback of what needs editing or what needs a retake, and then you deliver it, and then you don't see that project again unless like you are right on top of the pulse of it. And most of the time you're not recording alongside your co-stars or anything. So it is very isolating, and I don't think a lot of people realize that until you start talking to them about it.
Mhm. Have you ever been recognized by your voice in a random place? And if so, what happened?
Um, I was recognized at a convention where I was just a guest. Like I just went to go see some actors that I had wanted to meet. And this convention was actually last year. And somebody did look at me and they went, "Do I know you from anime?" And I went, maybe it depends." And I said, I'm in my dear friend Nokotan, and then I listed a few other smaller projects I've been in. But they recognized my dear friend Nokotan, and so that was really cool.
Okay. What's the weirdest noise you ever had to make for a role?
Uh, Not weird per se, but I do a lot of death screams. I work for a couple different horror properties, and so I've had to do a whole lot of death screams. I'm very good at dying. And then other than that, I did uh, uh I mean, I've had to make animal noises and bug noises and creature noises, but I would say like the variety of ways I've had to die for horror projects, I've done some very weird sounds there.
Well, you mentioned you worked with Kira Buckland, right?
Yes,
So in the silent voice, I told you the story about that one. So
yes,
she's in that one too, but she plays a mean girl in that one. Always
right.
bullying people in that one. Let you know in that one.
Hmm.
Mhm.
She has such a wide range of voices and
Yeah.
personalities that she can perform as. Again, she's so talented and she is so fun to work with, and she knows so much about the industry.
Mhm. Yeah, the first time I heard her voice, it was like years ago. I didn't remember until years later. This was on a game called God Demolitions on Armor Games and some computer ones I found on. It was like an anime type of way, and it's called Trapped. There's
Okay.
one of those, and then there was another one called Pursuit, and then
Okay.
Escape. It would be like yeah, this goes on with older films. That's
Oh, okay, okay.
Name of tongue was in
If
this
they're
one.
if they're talking, I can't hear anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't hear anything. I'm sorry.
it's okay. Several months. It's like an older version.
Okay.
Standing precipice between life and death.
Actually, I was there to arrest you for breaking and entering.
Indeed. We'd managed to secure Grunbaum's living quarters, but we weren't quite so lucky with the safe's combination. So, while I was busy trying to break the code, he managed to sneak up on me and knock me out, but good. Fortunately, my co-workers took care of him afterwards.
Benjamin Grumbaum was a good officer. Why did you? Destroy his life. To put it simply, he started it, and I finished it. Diala,
Okay.
Can you hear that?
you
I heard that last bit. Yeah, and I was able to hear Kira's voice in there.
Yeah. I was surprised to find out years later she was in a game I played. I remember very young. I think it was 11 or so. 2006, I think it was, so long time.
Hmm.
And hear her voice after years later. Whoa, I didn't know that was her after all this.
Right. Yeah, no, and she's been at this for a long time, and it's just, I mean, she's constantly evolving, and it's just really impressive.
Yeah. Like, and that was Reba Boer. I'm not sure if I've seen the last Boer. I remember she was on the Disney a long time ago as an actress on one of those Disney radios they did a long time.
Oh
And then I hear,
yeah.
and then I'm surprised to hear her voice in anime all of a sudden.
Uh-huh.
I was surprised she wasn't in, they didn't put her on any TV show. They just had her into a new back in the day.
Hmm.
It was good to finally hear her voice. And I was like, you see the Sword Art Online Gun Guild?
Yeah,
Season
yeah,
one,
yeah.
they're
Hmm.
really good those two in that one, season 1 too.
Hmm.
It was a very interesting one. Okay, so this one here. What's the most embarrassing voice acting audition story? What's your most embarrassing voice audition story?
I had to submit a read for a romance audiobook. Like it was just a romantic scene where there was it was like this dialogue, the sort of like the confession scene for an audiobook. But I also had to splice in the male narrator's voice, and I know him and I'm friends with him. And so just hearing my voice and his voice going back and forth while I'm splicing together this audition, I could just feel my face turning so red. Like that felt so embarrassing, but also in a very fun way because I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I know you in real life, but your voice sounds so dreamy now." And that was just, just kind of funny.
So this one's gonna be an interesting one. So if your voice could only be used for one type of project for the rest of your life, would you choose children's cartoons, video games, commercials, or a questionable product?
I would probably go with video games just because that is such a versatile domain. So I'd probably go with video games.
Oh,
Oh, see.
okay. You have that in common with Rue Ryder, Trina. I did ask him that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You
Nice.
you and Dorothy, she loves the video games too.
Good.
Okay. Those ones, which of your characters would be the most terrible to have as a roommate?
As a room, Anko would be pretty rough to have as a roommate. Let's see here. I could not imagine being roommates with Miss Lynn from Class of '09. Um, and then I voiced this succubus character in a game called Wicked Willow. Her name was Zarcy, and I definitely know she would be a terrible roommate.
Awesome. Did ask them, did ask Trina about Shikanoko. She'd be a terrible one to have, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What's a line you record that's complete out of context but sounds hilarious on its own?
Everyone meet Bluetooth. Uh,
Okay.
and in context, it was my character had finally actually I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically was introducing a different character named Bluetooth, but just out of context, it's going, what? What? But that's just the first one that comes to mind.
Okay. Have you ever had to act as two different characters in the same scene, and how did you not get confused?
Yes. So I know I mentioned earlier there was a project where I played three of the same characters who had to interact with each other. And then right now, I'm in an animation project called Fanny and the Pack. And it's about Fanny, a fennec fox. It's kind of done in the style of like Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And Fanny is a fennec fox, and she has a whole gaggle of female fennec foxes with her, and they're bandits, like they're robbers and stuff. And I think there's a total, I voice like five of those characters. So whenever I go through and record those scripts, I have to be very careful on which character I'm recording.
I like how you guys don't get confused. There's a lot of voice actors who do the same characters. It's like you heard of Brittany Karbowski, right?
Yeah.
Plays the character for Mikoto, of course, and then she's got the other Mikotos. She
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
Musica, and then she's got the darker Mikoto, I think it was in the third season.
Uh-huh.
She able to voice somebody. I'm really surprised by that. You know, she does a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there was a season 3 from Toilet Bound Hanako. I think it was her name Hannah Alla.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I get the last name. Starts with Alla, Hannah Alla,
Okay.
and she's played the same character, of course, in that one. A few times in that one, in this one episode. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was maybe episode 8 it was, or 7. Really a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna skip a few more. What's one thing you learned from one of your characters that you apply to your own life?
Um, I have played a character who is kind of like isekai'd into another world. She just kind of appears in this magical fantasy land. And rather than be freaked out by it, she's like, "Yes, this is amazing. This is incredible." Um, and luckily, I mean, she does figure out that she can go back to her own home world. Like she can freely go back and forth between the worlds. But she really loves the world she's in and she wants to learn as much as she can about it. She wants to be helpful to it. Um, she wants to find her own place in it. And anytime she does kind of like start to doubt herself and like why she's there, she does turn to her friends for it and everything. So it is really fun to play a character who is super eager, is very enthusiastic, has a lot of fun doing things, but also has some anxiety that really comes to, get her. Because I relate to that. I think I approach my life very enthusiastically. And whenever I don't know something, I try to figure it out and I try to like just put my all into it. But sometimes that anxiety like does come and rear its head where you're kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And luckily, the character has a wonderful support group, and I'm fortunate enough that I do too. And they're people I can trust, where I can, say, hey, I'm having a hard time with this. Can you, talk me back to reality? It's just remembering to go to those people when you need it, and I think that character that I play is very inspiring in that regard.
Another question. Without giving anything away, what's a line you wish you had gotten to say in one of your shows or movies?
Oh, like, what's a line I wish I'd gotten to say?
Yeah.
I'm kind of drawing a blank on this one. I do have one character, um, and I wish uh this was a sci-fi show that we did, and my character was kind of the computer system. And she was a really fun character, but I do wish, and we played a lot with like different what if scenarios with that character. What if she was human? What if I'm so sorry. What if
Okay.
she what if she was human? What if she didn't remember anybody who she was supposed to take care of? We never really dealt with what if she was evil. And I kind of wish we'd kind of gotten to play with that a little bit. I always think of the lines that HAL 9000 says in 2001 Space Odyssey. I really wanted a little bit more dialogue like that with that character. Um, just because I think that would have been really fun.
Okay. If you could voice an animal in a nature documentary, which animal would you choose and what kind of things would you say?
I would voice a Labrador most likely, like a Labrador Retriever, because I think I have the personality of a Labrador where it's like, hey guys, what you doing? You want to go do something? I'm bored. You want to go play? Oh wait, this is a really nice sunny patch. Hey, let's just lay here for a moment. This is nice. This is nice. Hey, what you doing? I want to know. I'm curious. What's going on? That's kind of my personality. Um, and if I wasn't voicing like a Labrador Retriever, I would like to voice a Puffin. Just because they're adorable and I love them. And I would probably, as a Puffin, say like, "Hey guys, how many fish do you think I can fit in my beak?"
What's the funniest line you ever delivered with a straight face?
Um, it was right after a character says, well, I'm having a really I know I've been hiding it well, but I'm having a really hard time dealing with it. And just the fact that my character, who is like the hyper enthusiastic character, finally gets to be deadpan and just goes, yes, we know. So just, and that's, I know out of context, that's probably not that funny, but just in the context of the show, just finally my character got to be just the dead man, the foil, the deadpan, the foil, that, yeah.
Question. Do you ever find yourself accidentally talking to character when you're not working?
If I'm talking to myself, I find myself slipping into characters if I'm trying to prep for voicing them, or if I'm trying to practice an accent. But in day to day, like if I'm talking to somebody else, I don't usually fall into accents.
Oh, okay. So, question 6. What's the strangest thing you overheard or done that would make a great voiceover for a blooper reel?
Uh, I think if I'd had a camera on me, I used to work as a whitewater rafting guide. And so I would be taking people on these boats down like class 4 rapids and everything, and we had a great time. And I think if there had been a microphone on me while we were going through those rapids, I think you would have caught some really hilarious adrenaline pumped Sarah moments.
Okay. I was asking them, you guys never did a blooper reel in My Dear Friend Nokotan?
I know, I know. I think a blooper reel would have been great.
Yeah. I wondered about the other day because I saw some in anime. There was these two I saw in Hidemutra. You remember that anime from 2019?
No, I don't remember that one.
That was a funny one you have to see when there's the young girl who's a psychic and she came from somewhere else, teleported into a Yakuza's apartment. And they have a lot of fun together, I guess.
Oh,
It's a
good.
that's messed up, but yeah, it's a really good one, that one. Hidemutra.
Okay.
Hidemutra? It's like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. Oh, it vanished.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me go with this.
Oh, okay, okay. I've seen this one. Like I've seen the poster for this, so yeah,
Oh,
I'll have to look it up.
it's a really good. That one's from like 2019 or 2018. Really good one. That one. They
Okay.
did blooper with the dubbing, but I mean, it just disappeared. It was a really good one. It's a really funny, hilarious anime. You have to see that one.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Have you ever had to do a voice that was actually a terrible impression of somebody you know?
Yes. I have done voices that are impressions of both of my parents. And I have done a voice that was basically an impression of my mother-in-law because she has a very distinctive accent that's different from my family's, just because they're from different parts of the U.S. And the actor Joe Gadet talked about how a lot of his best characters are him just doing bad impressions of his family members. And I've taken that and I've run with that in some character roles. And it really is amazing how, in your head, you're like, oh, yes, I sound exactly like this family member. And then you listen back to the recording, you're like, I have no idea who that is, but it's not the family member.
So, question, skip a few more. What's the funniest or strangest voice you ever had to create, and what for what purpose?
I once voiced like one like just for a acting project. This wasn't for anything that was published, but I once voiced a chipmunk, like think Alan and the Chipmunks, doing the Pledge of Allegiance before a baseball game, like leading the Pledge of Allegiance. And I remember recording that going, what on earth am I doing?
So, all right. What's the most ridiculous thing you ever had to do to get into a character's voice?
Especially when they're like really higher pitched characters or like just like really high tone. Some of the vocal warm-ups I'll do just are like these bizarre sounds. Like I'll like if I'm trying to get like a very high voiced character, I'll do this one vocal warm-up where you're basically just going just to get in that upper tone. And I will do that for a very long time until I feel like I am really in that proper headspace for like a higher pitched character.
Question. What's the weirdest thing you ever had to scream in the studio for a role?
There have been a lot of things I've screamed, um, but right now none are coming to me off the top of my head. Um,
More like that one when you played Uncle Koshi. No.
I mean, definitely any insult that I threw at Nokotan was pretty fun to record, and I felt like they were always ridiculous. It was always me calling her, you filthy deer or something like that. Those were always funny, especially when taken out of context.
I love the episode 2 part where you
Yes,
tapped her and she said like Uncle Koshi, the sweet bean paste.
yes, yes. And I'm like,
Oh
don't
man,
talk to me or something like that.
yeah. And then you got to the point where, so did you take my sister's virginity?
Yeah. Oh, and there's an audio drama that I worked in called The Cage, and I play it's like this sci-fi thriller kind of series, and I'm basically playing the CEO, and my twin brother and I are the ones who run like this death game show. And my character is just like up and down all the time, and half of her lines are yelled, and the other are like she's just like plotting world domination, and those are some pretty outlandish lines too.
Hmm, okay. Question. What's the strangest sound you ever had to make?
I think you've asked me that one already.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, you're right. Do you have a favorite voice that you always get asked to do?
I get asked to play bratty teenagers a lot. I am very good at the stereotypical kind of bratty teenager who just rolls her eyes all the time. And for some reason, I always get cast as those, or at least, if not always, pretty regularly.
Question. Do you ever have the fight? Do you have the to fight the urge to do a voice in real life?
No, I usually, if I do a voice in real life, it's usually with, around my friends or with my husband. Uh, because luckily the people who I surround myself with know what I do for a living, and so I don't usually have to fight the urge not to do a voice. Uh, uh, so I do have the urge sometimes, and I usually follow through with it.
So, what's the most bizarre random character you've ever voiced?
Bizarre what character?
Or random character?
I voiced, you know those buttons that people train their pets to press on when like they're trying to train their pets to like communicate?
I
I
think
have
so.
voiced those except rather than just saying like, hungry, outside, my button character also started saying things like the revolution is coming, overthrow the government, don't pay your taxes. Like the button started saying stuff like that.
Okay. If you could have a superpower related to your voice, what would it be?
That my voice would never get tired ever.
Oh, okay.
Like I
That's cool.
want I want permanent stamina. I've got pretty good stamina for my voice, but like I always get so frustrated when I do have to take a break because I can tell my voice is getting fatigued. I want never-ending stamina.
Mhm. Awesome.
And David, I am so sorry. I am starting to run a little short on time.
Oh, shoot, I got good. Glad you told me. Actually, it's all right. Wanted to want to know how much more minutes you have. It's okay.
Okay, okay.
Um, one more thing before you go. Could you say in your Uncle Koshi voice? Just remember, kids, there's a badass in us all when it comes to anime.
What one more time? What's the line?
Just remember, kids, there's a badass in us all when it comes to anime. In your Uncle Koshi voice.
Okay, okay. And here, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat just to make sure I heard you right real quick.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Just remember, kids, there's a badass in us all when it comes to anime.
Thank you for that. When we did this sort of series, it's like kids think up right now. What's going on? That's what I tell you. That's why I always like to voice actor the same.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for having me say that. That's fun. I like that.
Thank you for allowing me to do this, and it's good to finally meet you.
It's
And
great to meet you too.
if I may speak, I'm a little surprised that no one's like interviewed about my dear throat nokotan about you.
Oh, I'm very proud of that project. And I really it's very close to my heart. And I want to believe that it did reach a wide audience. But you never know how things are received. And I'm hoping that we do get a season two. And I'm hoping that I know it's been a little while since the show came out now, but I hope the fans still enjoy it.
Yeah, they do. And there's this podcast I have to send you when
Okay.
I get a chance. They did a My Dear Friend Nokotan podcast when on this one YouTuber, Do You Watch Anime? With two
Okay.
of the other ones. I have to send you
Okay.
that one.
All right. Yeah, that'd be great.
And once I'm done with the video, I want to send you that too. Once we're done
Okay.
with the YouTube, you're gonna put that. If you're, can you put that on your YouTube channel by any chance?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
You know, whenever to enjoy this, it's fun. Like I tell them, we just need more positive, going on in this
Absolutely.
world.
I agree. I do agree.
Okay, and you have yourself a good afternoon, Sarah Thomas. Good to finally meet you.
Thank you so
And
much, David.
one more thing, do you have any by July? I was thinking of trying to get the other dear friend Nokuton cast by July. Maybe
Okay.
we can work. And if you
Uh,
see what it goes.
oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
I was thinking of July, perhaps, maybe
Yeah.
July 1st, if possible.
Um, July 1st is possible, and then after that, I would probably be available like the second half of the month. So
Mm,
if it could be like the first, that would be good, or like I said, the second half of the month, because I will be out of town and unavailable like the 2nd through the 10th.
okay. I'm gonna try to see what I can do to get
Yeah,
treatment.
no, that sounds great. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was trying to do something here just to make it fun. Never
Yeah.
done the thing, and you're like my number 6 interview so far.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
glad to be lucky number 6.
yeah, still trying here, but you get used to it. Okay, Sarah,
Hmm.
and hopefully I can send you this gift here to you.
Oh, thank you. She's so cute. She's
You
so
deserve
cute. I'll have to
it.
send you a picture of the my dear friend Nokotan stickers I have on my
Okay.
studio door.
Okay. I can still send this to you, right? If you're
Of
okay.
course. Yeah, of course.
Let's go there. Okay. You have yourself a good afternoon, sir. It's finally good to meet you. Okay.
Thank you. You have a
Okay.
great day too, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Huh?